click the like button, share and subscribe. It's free.
That Mr. Mgomezulu is not here, and they wanted to discuss his situation in chambers with the court. Can we maybe just adjourn for a short while just to discuss his situation in chambers?
Why is he not here?
Well, I think my colleagues are in a better position to answer to that question. He hasn't communicated with me this morning.
Because yesterday, I'm being petty maybe. I expected Mr. Mgomezulu, after this court had granted him leave to be absent for 3 days, whatever. That's yesterday he would come and tell me, this is the treatment which I received. My doctor said this and that and that and that. Now he just ignored me. Are you aware of that, Mr. You see?
That he ignored the court.
Yeah, he ignored me. I would have expected him.
Yes,
It's decency and courtesy and decorum to say, yes, I'm sorry, I inconvenienced the court, but I had this illness, my doctor says he'll attend to it, blah, 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 blah. That type of thing. I just ignored him.
That is correct.
Now I must come and discuss about him now.
I'm requesting an indulgence, as my colleague has indicated, so that we come in with the court in chambers.
Okay, let's meet.
Indicated in the court's chamber. I have been requested by Mr. Mgomezulu yesterday, soon after the adjournment, to proceed to stand in on his behalf, basically to be his proxy. This is necessitated by the fact that he needed to go see a doctor yesterday to review his attendance to the doctor, which he had with the doctor last week. Now, he further indicated that he's not so sure what is it that the doctor would then tell him yesterday with regard to his attendance to court today. But now that he's not here, it seems to me that the doctor had requested him to be at home. I don't know for how many days, but he then also again requested that in an event that he's not yet, either today or even tomorrow, I should continue to stand in on his behalf. And then I said to him, no, I don't have a problem, I may do that. But emphatically, he mentioned that he is only avoiding, he's doing this to avoid, to request a further postponement of this case in order to prolong it on account of his condition. I requested him to discuss his request with his client, Mr. Sibiya, in his presence. And Mr. Sibiya confirmed that he does not have a problem if I honor Mr. Mgomezulu's request. I would therefore request that the court also confirm that arrangement with Mr. Sibiya, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Thanks. Just interpret for...
okwenzekayo-ke namhlanje njengoba sibonako ukuthi ubaba uMgomezulu akekho nabameli bacela ukuthi bahambe bayobona umehluleli ehhovisi lakhe. Sekuyabuywa-ke manje inkulumo-ke noma bekhulunywa-ke khona lapho ila ubaba uMgomezulu acele khona ubaba umnisi ukuthi-ke kube uyena-ke ozommela nanjengoba engekho, ethi-ke ugwema ukuthi-ke icala liphinde lihlehliswe-ke ngoba engazi-ke ukuthi nanjengoba izolo ebezokuyela kudokotela, udokotela uzothini kuyena, nanjengoba sesibona-ke ukuthi akekho namuhla, okushoyo-ke ukuthi ngempela udokotela ushilo ukuthi-ke akahlaleke endlini esingazi ukuthi amalanga amangaki. Manje-ke uthi-ke u-advocate umnisi umayitshela inkantolo ukuthi lokho kwenziwe ukhona-ke wena baba uSibiya ubiziwe nawe washo-ke nawe ukuthi cha awunankinga uma kuwukuthi-ke nanjengoba engekho baba uMgomezulu u-advocate umnisi usengaqhubeka-ke namuhla kube uyena-ke omela yena ubaba uMgomezulu.
Yes, thanks. Yes, Mr. Sibiya, stand up, please. We have heard the discussion regarding the condition of your advocate, Mr. Mgomezulu. Is that so, sir?
Uzwile-ke isimo mayelana nommeli wakho ubaba uMgomezulu, angithi kunjalo? Yes, my lord.
You agree and confirm the arrangements that Advocate Nisi will stand in his stead on your behalf.
Uyavumelana-ke futhi-ke uyaqinisekisa lokhu oqeda ukukhulunywa uyena-ke u-advocate umnisi ukuthi-ke nikhulumile nazwana ukuthi-ke ubaba umnisi angaqhubeka-ke nanjengoba engekho ubaba uMngomezulu? Yes, my lord.
Okay, thank you.
Siyabonga.
Family, let's talk about the treatment of Judge Ratha towards the defense, to Mshololo, to Mngomezulu, to everybody who's in court on the defense side. I wish to bring attention to Judge Ratha to understand that the people he is working with are his colleagues. Himself is where he started. He was once a lawyer before he became a judge, and he didn't like when a judge treat him so bad. And what Ratha doesn't understand is that what he is doing it in front of cameras, and the cameras are watching him. And what is so really, really bad is internet never forgets. All these things that we are publishing about what is happening in court, it will remain on internet forever. And his behavior will be seen by his grandchildren, his grandchildren, and they will be surprised to realize that the man we used to respect, we call him grandpa, we call him father, and people who respect him, when they see the way he treats the advocates in court and the way he conducts himself in court, with the experience that Ratha has, I understand all this kind of experience he got it during the time of apartheid, whereby there was no law for black people, whereby every judgment nobody could come and say, oh, this because black people didn't have rights. But Ratha needs to adjust and understand that we are no more in those days of apartheid. And the fact that he's treating his fellow brothers the way he is treating them. How on earth Ratha could do this to somebody who was sick in front of him in court, but he pushed himself so hard to come and represent his own client, trying to prove that I want to represent my client. But Ratha never saw that. This guy was sick. Everybody could see from the internet, through cameras were looking, watching what was happening in court. But because Ratha is heartless, he's a man of himself. He cares about himself. He doesn't care about the next person. He chooses who he loves. All these kind of things that Ratha has been doing in court, after this case is over, he will see it on internet if he was not watching it. But people will be asking him as to how and why did you conduct yourself this way? Mngomezulu is sick, and nobody couldn't see that Mngomezulu was sick. But when it comes to Brigadier Gininda and the state witnesses, he treats them with kids' gloves. He winks to them. I've never seen a judge who winks to state witnesses, communicating with them, making sure that if that witness is being asked a hard question, he will jump in, because it's hard to know whether Judge Ratha is a judge or a prosecutor or a witness, because he wears all those hats in court. When it suits him, he talks about law when he doesn't follow law. He talks about KTC when he doesn't do all those kind of things. Ukhuluma ngobuntu, but buphi ubuntu Ratha kuwe? Uma ngabe uMngomezulu egula, why do you expect uMngomezulu to come to you and tell you that, oh, the doctor said this and this and this? He doesn't want your embarrassment. It's enough what he is going through. He doesn't need anything but what he needs, why he comes to court. He just wants to prove the fact that his client did not commit this kind of crime. There are people who are being shielded not to see the prison. Ratha, you know very well that the witness told you in court that the gun that was used to kill Senzo Meyiwa, I hope it's Mthokozis or it's Tumelo who told you, that it was a black gun with a wheel on the side. But you allowed the evidence when Brigadier brought that 9mm in court, and you allowed it. It gives me a lot of questions to ask myself as to how should we trust somebody like you? As to how should the defense trust you that they can tell you about their sickness when you are going to make mockery out of them? You need to do an introspection to yourself, Mr. Ratha. You can correct this. You still have time to correct this. And do introspection to yourself. And understand what is Ubuntu. You're a grown-up man. You're a father. You're a grandfather. Some people are looking up to you. But when you disgrace yourself in front of cameras, know that internet never forgets. All that is being put on the internet, going on in that court, it will haunt you, and it will haunt you so bad. Internet has taken people up, and they've climbed the ladder, and it has crushed a lot of people. Things that we're doing in the dark. We've got Didi today, who was doing all those kind of bad things. He had all the money in the world, but he's behind bars. For every Goliath, there is a stone. Those are my last words. Please, Ratha, you can correct this. A lot of people are looking up to you. Your grandchildren, your cousins, your brothers, whoever is around you. But when they see this on the internet, they start to doubt who you are because they start to see your true colors. Somebody who's not born within your family today will see this. That don't forget that. It will haunt you even when you are not in this world. People will be spitting on your tomb. Please correct this. Don't make a mockery of Mngomezulu because he is sick. He didn't report that he was sick. But you saw him. He left the court sick. But you still cannot adjust to that. Nobody wants to be sick. He was in a bad situation. But to make a mockery, I don't think it is a good thing. What do you think, family, about this? Judge Ratha should turn the tables and start to behave like an adult. Internet and this YouTube and this social media can make a man change, can make anybody be something, and can turn somebody